business together throughout the U.S. and 13 foreign lands. United Airlines, rededicated to giving you the service you deserve. Come fly the friendly skies.
This week on ESPN Scholastic Sports America, high school senior Alonzo Mourning is already being called one of the best ever to play the game.
Great. I mean, it's really great for somebody to say those things about you, but, I mean, it shouldn't put pressure on you, but then again it is, because people are going to expect a lot from you.
In Texas, over 1,000 high schools love their football. The 5A championship is the Super Bowl.
This is Play-Doh pride. We're number one. We're gonna win state again. We're number one again.
Wendy and Laura Chapeau have both won national titles while still in high school. And meet the Wipeout Boys from Florida. You'll run into 300-pounders on this offensive line.
Plus, the record setters, the honor roll, and our nickname Hall of Fame. Hi, everybody. I'm Chris Fowler in Virginia. Happy New Year, and welcome to ESPN Scholastic Sports America, covering high school sports nationwide.
ESPN presents the Youth of America doing their best on Scholastic Sports America. ESPN Scholastic Sports America is brought to you by the Coca-Cola Company and your local Coca-Cola bottlers. And by McDonald's. It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's. Just how great is Alonzo Mourning? Ask anybody who's seen him play.
Totally awesome. He's remarkable. He can shoot, he can dribble, he can pass. Of course, he can dunk.
Total package, defense, offense. He can shoot from outside as well as anybody. Block shots. Excellent team player.
Alonzo brings a new dimension to the game of basketball.
The new dimension is the quadruple double, or double figures in scoring, rebounding, assists, and block shots in a game. Alonzo is one of the few players capable.
Alonzo Mourning is the greatest five-man or center that I have seen since Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in high school.
Alonzo was the 6'10" center for Indian River High School in Chesapeake, Virginia. There are those who say basketball's future belongs to him. Howard Garfinkel has tutored the likes of Ewing and Malone.
He's a can't-miss super player, one of the greatest of all time. He will, remember what I say, he will dominate his time when that time comes, just like Johnson, Kareem, Chamberlain, Russell. And I think he'll go down in history as one of the top 3 centers in the history of the game. He's that good.
It makes me feel good, man. It makes me want to work just as hard, you know. And it's great. I mean, it's really great for somebody to say those things about you, but, I mean, it shouldn't put pressure on you, but then again it is, because people are going to expect a lot from you. I've learned to adjust to things. I mean, there's been times that people say I'm going to do good and I play bad and stuff, but I just go out there the next game and work even harder, you know. That's how I am. I mean, never going to fall.
Alonzo and his friends learned their basketball on the playgrounds of suburban Norfolk. It's the same area that produced guys like David Robinson and J.R. Reed.
I was very weak, I would say, if you want to call it. I was a novice. I was still learning. I was just out there, you know. But a lot of people had confidence in me, and they knew I had the potential somewhere, and they got it out of me.
Coach Bill Lassiter first spotted Alonzo's talent at a 7th grade track meet and brought him into the gym for one-on-one coaching. By Alonzo's freshman season, he knew it had paid off.
I did think early that he was going to be one of the best.
Alonzo led Indian River to its first Virginia championship last season with support from some excellent teammates. When the time came to reveal the state banner, Alonzo again got support from his teammates.
He does give us a feeling of confidence because he begs for the ball, so we give it to him because he feels that he can pull it out in the clutch.
And you guys do too?
Yes. he makes us feel like we can pull out in the clutch.
When you have to play with somebody as awesome as that, it's kind of hard not to get caught up in all the excitement.
We still have that state championship fire in our eyes, and we want to repeat again. It's hard to repeat in a state championship.
Alonzo has played against and earned the respect of the other top high school big men, like LaFonso Ellis of East St. Louis and Stanley Roberts of South Carolina.
What happened against Alonzo? Did he get the better of you first time around? Or?
Oh, yes, he did. He had the better. He blocked my first 4 shots. You know, I wasn't ready. I wasn't expecting that.
Alonzo's notoriety really began last season when he was labeled the best junior in the country, but it's exploded this season. Now when he goes to games, just about every eye in the gym is watching everything he does. And to a certain extent, that doesn't end when he leaves the court.
Even without a camera following him around, Alonzo lives a high-profile life. He's already a role model.
When Alonzo goes out and in public, he has to be a grown-up. And when we're behind closed doors, he's just a friend. Just someone you can tell your things to. He can tell you his problems, and you deal with them together.
He is such an outstanding person to be around, as well as having those exceptional talents on the basketball court.
It's hard to be at the top, put it that way. And I think I've handled it pretty well so far.
It was their ball.
That dunk should be coming in.
Spare time is spent hanging out with teammates, usually watching TV.
Yeah, because he didn't know to play.
Nope.
I would tell him to pass the ball.
Alonzo's parents are divorced. He lives with a guardian so he can attend Indian River.
She was always there when I needed somebody to talk to. She just, you can't put it in no other word, but she's just a wonderful lady, and I do love her. I came from a broken family, and I adjusted to that. I mean, and right now I think that's how I matured a little bit faster.
And that has helped him deal with all the hoopla. After all, college coaches have scouted Alonzo since his very first varsity game. He ended the suspense by choosing a school before the season.
I am pleased to announce today that I have chosen Georgetown University.
One reason for his choice, Alonzo's favorite player is former Georgetown All-American Patrick Ewing. He's also impressed by the success of Hoya grads in the NBA like David Wingate and Reggie Williams.
Just look where they're at now. I mean, they're up in the big time, and they have a degree, and they have something to fall back on. That's what I like about Coach Thompson. Plus, he's been there himself, and he knows the ropes. I mean, he knows everything that I'm going through right now. He knows about it all. And, you know, he'll be behind the 100%.
Alonzo's academic eligibility his freshman year is unknown. His grades are good enough, but the SAT test remains. No one has any doubt that he's already equipped for the basketball part of college.
I play against a lot of college competition. There's no doubt I think I could play right now.
Members of the Mourning fan club would go even further.
He would be in the NBA draft this year. Had he been a senior in college right now, he would have been the #2 player behind David Robinson in the NBA draft now. That's heavy stuff.
Certainly is, but pro contracts are not on Alonzo's mind these days. His goals are championship banners, another Virginia title this season, and then a couple of NCAA crowns at Georgetown.
I told Coach Thompson that if I was to come to Georgetown, would there be any doubt that we could win a national championship? He told me there will be no doubt.
Get ready, fans in the Big East. Alonzo coming next year to an arena near you, and Georgetown could be devastating. But we're going to switch now from basketball to football and all the pageantry and, of course, high-quality football of the Texas 5A championship game. That story plus a lot more right after this break on Scholastic Sports America.
Enter the champions, Plano's Wildcats, gunning for a second straight Texas 5A title.
This is Plano pride. Because we're #1. We're gonna win state again. We're #1 again.
The challengers are the Spartans from Houston Stratford. High school football is king in Texas. Over 1 million people attend games here each year. Plano and Stratford have battled through rugged competition with 15-0 records. They have each won 5 playoff games to earn this trip to Austin. Strap yourselves in. The Texas title game is not for the faint of heart. Plano is favored here. They have a 27-game win streak and the intangible Plano mystique, a gift for grace under pressure. Stratford is the upstart, a 3-7 team last year that suddenly sprung from the dust like a Texas tornado. But history is on their side. The Spartans' 78 team whipped Plano for the state title.
We beat him in 78, we'll beat him again. I hope.
After a quarter of Texas-style defense, there is no score. Schizophrenic weather makes it even tougher to move the ball and to maintain that just made-up look. The Wildcats land the first blow. Star quarterback Steve Needham rolling in from the 8. The senior rushed for more than 1,500 yards this year and threw for more than 1,300. But Plano's botched extra point try switches momentum back to the Spartans. Lennon Juarez is one of Stratford's alternating quarterbacks. His 52-yard strike shocks the Wildcat defense and sets up the scoring pass to tailback Earl Coleman for a 7-6 Spartan lead. Stratford stretches the lead to 14-6 at halftime. Does Plano have the stomach for another second-half comeback?
They're always like that at halftime. And then the second half, they always kill them.
Because we're going to take our paw and put it all over them. We're going to kill them.
Paw power arrives on the scene as usual in the third quarter. There is almost nothing the Spartans can do about it. A 76-yard drive and a 2-point conversion ties the score at 14. Before the paws have even stopped waving, it's 21-14 on a 4-yard waltz by Craig James. 9 years ago, the other Craig James, who's now with the New England Patriots, led Stratford over Plano. This time, Craig James, no relation, is wearing maroon. And it's James who breaks tackles and Spartan hearts with a 57-yard catch and run for a 28-14 Plano cushion. Stratford fights back, driving now, down by just 7. But Brian Payne is picked off by Jason Davidson, and the Wildcats of Plano are winners and still Texas champions, 28-21. Even ultra-serious head coach Tom Kimbrough cracks a smile. The loss is bitter for the Cinderella Spartans. Steve Needham is the MVP with 268 yards total offense and 2 touchdowns. Steve, what about that Plano mystique?
I really don't know what it is. You know, everybody's just, pulled together and everything works out right.
Our congratulations to Plano and those crazy fans. You know, there might not be a tougher feat to pull off in all of high school sports than repeating as Texas State football champions. You have to win 6 playoff games to get here against some very, very tough competition, and Plano has done it. First time it's been done in 20 years. Up next on Scholastic Sports America, the honor roll. And first up, a linebacker from Orlando, Florida, who wants to be an engineer. See, he's always loved trains. Not that kind of engineer. Linebacker Steve Barton was the leading tackler the past 2 years for Oak Ridge High in Orlando. Steve has a 3.8 grade average and wants to major in engineering. Last summer, he was part of a cultural exchange visit to the Soviet Union.
I went over there and I learned that no matter where you are, people are people and kids are kids, and that, school's school, and we all have the same feelings, emotions, and likes and dislikes.
Steve Barton is being recruited by several Division I schools. He's leaning toward Princeton. When Allison Sudo graduates from College Park High near San Francisco, she will have earned 12 varsity letters. Allison has been a starter in tennis, softball, and basketball since 9th grade.
I like the feeling of having to do my best at everything, and on the tennis court and on the basketball court is really intense feeling inside when you score a point or when you do something really great for the team. It's kind of an overall satisfaction.
Allison ranks 9th in her class of 361. She was this year's homecoming queen, and she was the first girl to serve as president of her school's athletic club.
Her attitude towards the school, that the school is important more so than the individual, that her teammates are every bit as important as she, even though she may be the one in the limelight, that people in general, in the most general sense, are as valuable or as important as any athlete or any competitor or whatever, sets Allison up as an overall example of kind of the all-American kid.
We'd like to know about the All-American Scholar athletes in your area. Write to Honor Roll, ESPN Plaza, Bristol, Connecticut, 06010. The Honor Roll is brought to you by McDonald's. It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's. When your dad coaches Olympic riders, it's a good bet you'll wind up competing on the story of the Chapeau sisters, next on Scholastic Sports America.
Buying a new car? Things aren't always as they appear. With some dealers, you chase a carrot. Others throw a party or give away soda pop. But at Lemur's Jeep Eagle, we merely sharpen our pencils for the best possible deal. Whether you're in the market for the Grand Wagoneer, Jeep Comanche, the Sporty Cherokee, or the sexy Wrangler, at Lemur's, your dollars buy more. And if you're not convinced Lemur's challenges you to shop our competition, then you'll know. After all, Lemur's won't give you a song and dance, but a real deal. Lemur's Jeep Eagle, Galindo at Willow Pass Road, Concord.
Morning, Alex. I've lived skiing for over 50 years, but I hate waiting in line. And in the whole world, only Squaw Valley guarantees no waiting in line or your money back.
You just register as a beginner, intermediate, or expert. If the wait for all of the lifts in your skill level averages more than 10 minutes, you get a full refund and ski free to the rest of the day.
So what are you waiting for?
Squaw Valley, no waiting in line or your...
People react to a Sports Illustrated sneak preview.
And the pops these guys were taking. I mean, you could almost feel yourself going, ooh. I mean, and feel your stomach contracting because you knew you were going to be hit.
They just saw a hilarious new video cassette offered by Sports Illustrated. The all-new NFL Football Follies, hosted by Jonathan Winters. It's 45 minutes packed with the kind of follies you love, and you get it free.
I get it free? Come on.
You get the all-new Football Follies free with your paid subscription to Sports Illustrated. Call this toll-free number and get 25 weeks of America's best sports coverage, including the baseball preview, the swimsuit issue.
That's the icing on the cake.
And the 300-page Winter Olympic preview. You even get the SI Olympic pin set. All for 3 monthly installments of $9.89 each. Even put it on a credit card. You'll save over 47% off the cover price and get the Football Follies free. Call 1-800-284-6200.
I like everything. I think you should call. Okay.
Miami's Carroll City Chiefs finished the season at 12-1, losing only in the state semifinals. The big reason for their success was the offensive line, nicknamed the Wipeout Boys. From tackle to tackle, the Chiefs averaged 285 pounds, but they say the weight didn't slow them down.
Try to play like, like the average player. We ain't gonna let our weight and stuff stop us from playing. We try to use it to our advantage. Other schools see it as a big setback, but we really don't.
The Wipeout Boys opened holes for Carroll City's wishbone offense, which turned up over 200 yards a game on the ground.
The advantage is that they move good within the 5-yard range. And weight is an advantage if you use it proper. And the thing that we're trying to get them to at a point now where they can handle their weight and not be a disadvantage to them.
You and your man going outside?
Inside. He just stayed.
Everybody going inside. All right, they're running a 6 bench on us.
Coach Frazier loses only 2 of his offensive linemen to graduation, so the Wipeout Boys will be back next year.
All right, don't touch that dial just yet. We still have a lot more show left this week on Scholastic Sports America. After this break, it's this week's Nickname Hall of Fame, plus a word about next week's show.
Weekends, days off, don't wanna work no more. Gonna take my time now that it's mine, and I don't wanna be where there's no Coca-Cola. This is the life, these are the real things, and you're the heart of it.
America. We'll show you some of the best high school individual basketball players and teams all gathered together at the King Cotton Basketball Classic in Arkansas. I'm Chris Fowler. I'll see you next week. In the meantime, I'm going to enjoy this lovely day on the beach. Hope there's a spot for my towel around here somewhere. There are a lot more stories about America's best high school athletes in the current issue of High School Sports Magazine, including the latest on Mojo Madness at Permian High School in Texas. High School Sports is now available to every high school in the country. Just have your coach or athletic director call 1-800-223-5758 for all the details and get your school signed up for High School Sports.
This is ESPN, the Total Sports Network.
Next on SportsCenter, the New York Yankees take another dip in the free agent pool as they sign a first baseman with clout. In college basketball, two of the best in the Big East clash in Landover, Maryland. In the NBA, the Hawks and Pistons finish a home-and-home series at the Silverdome. And the Stanley Cup champs look to come up with 2 points, minus their #1 star. We'll have all these stories and much more next on SportsCenter.